Hi everyone and welcome to 605. I want to start by walking you through the way our course is set up in Moodle so that you're familiar with it. And I also will point out right now that my view might be a little bit different than yours because I have an instructor view, but for the most part it should be the same. The first thing I want to point out is that if you click this menu in the upper left, you will have access to your grades, which is how you get to the grade book, but you can also look at other courses that you're enrolled in, the calendar for the course. We don't have any competencies or badges set up for these courses, but really the main one you might want to hear is grades. I usually keep this shut though because I like to have more of an elongated view when I'm looking at it. Let's just start by walking through the blocks on the right here. The first one is just about me, my contact information. This is the link we will use to meet for our Zoom classes, as well as my virtual office if we have any appointment times set up. The Course Essentials block includes the syllabus, the course calendar, a little bit of information about me, and then links to all three of the major assignments. They're also linked in the modules within the course and on the syllabus, but if you want a quick reference to them, I do put them over here because they're pretty important. This block lists some important dates when the course starts and ends, including the 3 live class dates. We'll always meet at 6:30 for lasting about an hour and a half. I think plan till 8, even though we might finish a little bit before then. And then you've got 2 more blocks here, student resources, which is just links to different support services that you may need to access throughout the semester. And then this quick mail block is actually pretty important because it's a good way for you to email anyone in the class. You can click compose course message and then select who you want to send it to. And you'll receive a copy of it to your Loyola email as well. So when you first get started and drop in, you'll see that this is the main page that's displayed to you, the home page of the course. We do have an announcements form here. Announcements are usually set out on a weekly basis and they're stored here. They're also emailed directly to your Loyola email, and underneath that you have the help form where you can always post a question, and I'll jump in as quickly as I can, or if you know the answer you can jump in as well. Week 0 is where you're actually going to start, but I'm going to jump into week 1 to give you the tour just because it's a little bit more fleshed out than week 0 is. So when you click on the triangle, it opens the week. It displays the date for that week. Note that we typically run for 6 to 7 days, except for the last week of the course. Week number 8 is a little bit shorter. So each module consists of an introduction where I share with you a little intro and then the guiding questions. And then you've got the learning resources and activities underneath that. And this is the content that you'll be either reading, viewing, or at times interacting with, completing something. And all of the links are right here. Once you complete something, you may select this mark as done once you've looked at it. And that's really just an organizational tool for you. I don't check those. This is just completion for you to use to keep yourself organized, and you can choose whether or not you want to do it. But if you're working for maybe just 20 minutes one night and you read the first 2 things, mark those as done so that when you jump in the next night, you know which one exactly you're starting with again. I think it does help. Each module also contains an optional tech tools, tips, and tricks section. And when you look at this, I'll actually open, you can click on it to open it. You'll see it's just a spotlight on some different tools. This first week talks about some different assessment tools. These are tools that we may or may not be using in the course, but just ones that I want you to be aware of. If you're interested in exploring on your own, you can do that. Some of them might be new to you. Maybe you just want to bookmark some of them for later because it certainly can be a lot to take in. When you're finished with the week, you can certainly just close it back up again and then jump down into the next week. And again, you'll see it's organized the exact same way. The dates, the introduction with the guiding questions, the learning resources and activities, and then the optional tech tools and tricks. So that's what the overview of the course looks like in Moodle. These final modules will be available to you as we get a little bit further on in the semester. And if you have any questions at any time, I really encourage you to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer your questions via email, set up a time to talk to you in Zoom if you'd like to do that. If you're struggling with anything in the course, please let me know, and I will see you online this week.